Today, I'm going to be making some mincemeat fruit and nut bars, and I'm going to be using this Borden None Such mincemeat, and it has raisins and apples in it. I bought this at Walmart. Right now in kind of in the middle near the baking aisle, they get all their baking stuff out for Christmas. And so right now, this is in that section that they put out for Christmas baking. So I'm going to use the mincemeat. I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of sugar. In this bowl, I have half a teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of salt. I have half a cup of vegetable oil, 1/4 cup of milk. I have 1 cup of chopped nuts, and I want to show you, I wanted to show you, I didn't have one, I forgot to buy nuts at the store, okay? So I had a little bit of this and a little bit of that left. I had some sliced almonds, I had some chopped walnuts, and I had some chopped pecans, and I put them all together to make 1 cup. So I'm just glad. Normally I would use 1 kind, but I didn't. You know, it could be really cool though having those 3. And you're going to use this entire jar of mincemeat. So the first thing you want to do is, in a large bowl, you want to combine your flour, sugar, baking soda, and salt. You also want to be preheating your oven to 400 degrees right now. So let me make sure I get all this out of here. So you want to combine this in your large bowl. And you're going to add your oil and your milk. And you stir until it's evenly moistened. So you can see that it's all, there's some moisture on all of that flour mixture. You're going to take a cup and you're going to reserve an entire cup of this. And just set this aside. Then you have a 9 by 13 inch pan. And yes, we do have 9 by 13 inch pans, but I'm choosing to use a throwaway pan because I would like to share this with people when I'm finished with it. So that's the easiest way to share. These are sharing pans. So this is a 9 by 13 inch pan, just a regular cake pan, and you take what crumble was left in the bowl after you took out the 1 cup, and you're going to put it in the bottom, and you're going to press this down because this is going to be your crust. So we're just going to take the spoon and press this down. And it's probably going to be just a thin layer. Now you take your whole jar of mincemeat and you're going to pour it on top. You're going to use the entire jar. I'm just going to spread it around. Now you take that entire cup of nuts and you're going to sprinkle these on top. And you might not want to dump these. You might want to actually take your hand and pick them up and sprinkle them, because I don't know how easy they would be once they stick in the mincemeat. The mincemeat is very sticky. Once they stick in there, I don't know how easy it would be to move them around to different places. But you can see I have all different kinds of nuts in there. Normally, I probably would have put chopped pecans. But I do think this will be really good, and I think the almonds, I think it'll work. I really do. Okay. So then, back to your 1 cup of crumb that you reserved. You take this and you sprinkle it on top. And you just put it all around. And then you're going to put this in the oven for half an hour on your 400 degrees. So when it is finished, we'll be back to try a piece. I just took the mincemeat bars out of the oven. Well, they're not bars yet. I haven't cut them right now. It's just, you could just dip out what you wanted. But you're gonna make bars out of these. You get 30 bars, and you need to let these cool completely on a wire rack before you even cut into them. So that's what I'm gonna do. I will probably let these sit for at least a half an hour. Well, our bars are ready, and I cut them, and honestly, I did not cut them. I'm sure I got 30, but I don't know. I didn't.
Were they pretty easy to cut?
It was very easy to cut. I let them cool completely. Yeah, I had absolutely no problem at all.
You know, that reminds me of a little bit like an apple crumble or an apple pie or a cobbler or something. Mm-hmm. I love that crumble. The crust and stuff. Mm-hmm. It tastes more appley though than the, I mean, I get raisins, but I also get a lot of apple in that. Mm-hmm.
I like this better
than the pie?
Than the mincemeat pie. This is really good. I really like the addition of the nuts.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of flavor.
It adds a lot of flavor.
It changes the flavor too.
Mm-hmm. I like the crumble on top.
Love the crumble.
The texture is awesome. And you can cut it up into bars, but you could also truly just scoop it out with a spoon. Mm-hmm. Because when you
it's like a cobbler.
Like a cobbler, because when you start taking these out, it kind of wants to fall over your plate. The nuts, when in the raisins and the whole filling wants to kind of fall. I mean, it was fine. You can make bars out of it, but it's not going to be the kind of bars that you're used to where you can just pick them up and eat them. You can't do that with these.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This reminds me more of a pie or a cobbler than a.
Oh, this would be awesome with ice cream. Yeah, this would be really, really good with ice cream. And I know I got some comments about how in the United Kingdom we don't do one big mincemeat pie. We make small little tarts, and I get that. I do. However, this I guess this is the American recipe, and so it told me I followed their recipe for that mincemeat pie. And I made a mincemeat pie recipe, if you all don't know, if you haven't caught that one yet. And the traditional mincemeat pie, it says it makes 8 servings. I mean, it was meant to make one big pie. So I know in the United Kingdom, you eat them in smaller pies, and I probably would like it better that way. Mm-hmm. I think I would like it better with, a lot more crust and in a smaller.
Like my memory, it was very raisiny. Well,
it was.
This one, it's funny. In the bars, I get raisin, but it's not as raisiny.
No.
Isn't that funny?
This is really, really good.
If you buy this in the United States, if you buy this, make the bars. I think you'll really like it, especially if you like apples. Mm-hmm.
And the recipe is right on the back.
Yep, right on the bar, right on the jar. I might save the crumble recipe for other things, because I bet you could put cherries in there. You can make you could put canned apples in there. I bet you can make all kinds of stuff.
It's a very, very, very easy crumble recipe. It's stuff it's staples that you would already have. Flour, sugar, baking soda, salt, vegetable oil, and milk. And that's stuff that most people staples you already have in your house. The only thing I had to worry about getting was that cup of chopped nuts, and you saw that I just used what I had in the cabinet. So it worked out great. I really like that recipe.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. So if you get that, yeah, definitely try that recipe and just skip the mincemeat pie altogether. I mean, it's good, but it's not as good as those bars.
That's right.
So I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.